Nithyanandam, guys! Welcome back to the Kundalini Yogini. This is Prasiddha and I'm so excited and grateful to be making content for you guys today. I feel like I haven't gotten a lot of time lately to make as many videos as I've been wanting to, and I'm just grateful to have some time right now to do so. This is a video I've been wanting to make for some time, instructing and teaching Nadi Shodana. Nadi Shodana is one of the most, I would say actually well-known pranayamas or breathing techniques as instructed through yogic scripture and has been a part of yogic tradition for thousands and thousands of years. And I'm going to be explaining to you guys the actual references of this technique, the important details of how to do it, why to do it, and the benefits of it from the yogic scriptures. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so if you're interested in learning more about Veda agamic knowledge, yoga, and Ayurveda. By the way, guys, some really exciting news for those of you guys who have not heard via Facebook or Instagram. Drita and I, my husband, the blissful athlete, and myself have started a joint YouTube channel called The Anandas. And on that channel, we post all of our podcasts called Yoga from the Source. We started a podcast a few weeks back specifically focused on yoga, yogic techniques, yogic lifestyle, yogic philosophy, and Ayurveda. And so we're really getting to talk about the stuff we love the most in detail via podcast, and we're posting those live video podcasts on our joint channel, The Anandas. So please, if you have gotten value from me or from my husband Drita, make sure to go over there and subscribe, because we're really small still and we still cannot live stream. So once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we can live stream and take your live Q&As, which I'm really looking forward to, so that we can really be more engaging with you guys and answer your questions directly about all of these beautiful yogic sciences. So definitely make sure to head over there and subscribe. Yeah. So today I'm going to be starting off with the actual references, and we have a few different yogic scriptures I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. But the reason why I think it's so important to share the source text and the source reference is that, quite frankly, nobody's doing this, and a lot of people don't have access or know where to find this knowledge, this ancient tradition. And I think it's so important to keep yoga authentic and to acknowledge its roots and where it comes from. And most importantly, this is extremely beneficial to our own individual practice, because when we actually have the source, we're not going to be diluting things. We're not going to be messing practices up. We're not going to be adding things in that aren't supposed to be there. And therefore, the science is going to work to its peak potential for us and our body. So I really think it's important to share that with you guys. So I hope that you enjoy this video. So Nadi Shodana is actually known quite popularly as alternate nostril breathing. But please, if there's one thing that you guys take away from this video, I would be so grateful to you if you never call it that. Please always use the Sanskrit names for yogic techniques. It's a part of the respect of the tradition, and quite frankly, not doing so is a cultural appropriation of these sacred spiritual practices. So please do use the name as much as you can. And I know obviously for English speakers or any alternate language speakers, it is tough in the beginning. It's a new language, but it's doable. It's doable with time and integrity and just patience with yourself. So definitely work on it, and always at least try to give both the explanations, never just the English translation, okay? So alternate nostril breathing is actually called Nadi Shodana. Our first reference is from the Shiva Samhita, one of the most beautiful yogic scriptures. And I'm not going to read the Sanskrit directly, but I'll read to you the English translation, which is, "Let the wise practitioner close with his right thumb the pingala, which is the right nostril, inspire air through the ida, the left nostril, and keep the air confined. Suspend his breathing as long as he can, and afterwards breathe out slowly through the right nostril. Again, let him draw his breath through the right nostril, stop breathing as long as he can, as long as it permits him, and then expel air through the left nostril, not forcibly, but slowly and gently." The reason why I started with this reference is that it's the most technical and understandable explanation of this practice of Nadi Shodana. So I'm going to show you guys right now how we actually do this pranayama. So we are going to be using our thumb and our small finger or ring finger, okay? And what we're going to be doing is closing our right nostril, which is we call as the Pingala Nadi. It's an energy channel of the right side of the body. We're going to be closing that nostril and slowly, powerfully, and deeply inhaling through the left. Then we're going to hold the breath as long as possible. And what can help you to do this is actually to close both nostrils. And then you want to hold the breath, which we call as a breath retention. The word for this is kumbhaka. So we're going to practice kumbhaka, breath retention, for as long as we can comfortably. And then we're going to expel the air through the opposite nostril, which would be the right. Now we're going to expel through the right nostril and cover the left nostril, which we call as the Ida Nadi, the Ida. So we're going to cover this and expel. Do make sure to use your right hand while you're doing this. We never use our left hand for spiritual practice. So right hand, thumb and little finger, or thumb and ring finger, and you're going to be covering the right nostril, inhaling, hold, exhale. Then when you restart, you're going to inhale through the nostril that you exhaled out of, like so. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. And so on and so forth. So when and where and how should this be practiced? I'm going to get into those details now and show you guys the actual scriptural references for this as well. So it's recommended in the Shiva Samhita that this kumbhaka, this Nadi Shodana, should be practiced, if possible, 4 times a day. Once in the early morning, at sunrise, once at noon, at sunset, and at midnight. So if you can, if you're really dedicated to this practice, to get the full benefit of it, it would be to practice it those 4 times of the day. So Nadi Shodana is actually referenced in multiple yogic scriptures, one of which is the Sandila Upanishad. So in the Sandila Upanishad, in chapter 7, verse 1, it also explains that with a firm posture, the yogin, possessed of self-control, partaking of temperate and wholesome food, for the purpose of drying the impurities in the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel, assuming Padmasana posture, so sitting in lotus position, cross-legged with your feet on your thighs if possible, you're going to practice this kumbhaka, Nadi Shodana. The Hatha Tattva Kaumudi also mentions in chapter 36, verse 4, when the network of the nadis are purified, then alone the yogi is able to hold prana. What this is saying is that purifying the nadis, or these energy centers, vital energy points, is essential to being able to hold life force energy inside the body, what we call as prana. It also mentions in the Yoga Chadumani Upanishad, verses 36 to 39, that with the body erect, so means the spine straight, and palms closed in the attitude of prayer, like namaskaram, he should salute his tutelary deity before starting this practice. What that means is before we even engage in the pranayama itself, we're going to start with a salutation, a prayer, a greeting to our deity that we connect with, our Godhead. It may be Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu, Shakti, Saraswati, whatever. Whoever that you connect to, you can salute that deity, pray to them, ideally in Sanskrit, if you can chant a mantra to them, or to Guru, of course, and then commence your pranayama practice. Why this matters is because we're invoking the divine energy, the divine connection, which is the essence of yoga. You cannot separate spirituality and yoga. They are one and the same. The entire purpose of the practice is only to unlock higher dimensions of ourselves and deeper spiritual experiences with the divine form and formlessness. And lastly, I'll just mention to you guys all of the benefits mentioned in the yogic scriptures by performing Nadi Shodana. And these few I'm going to mention are from Shiva Samhita. When this has been practiced daily for 3 months with regularity, the nadis of the body will be surely purified. When thus the nadis of truth perceiving the yogi are purified, all his defects will be destroyed, and he enters the first stage in the practice of yoga, called Ramba. Certain signs are perceived in the body of the yogi whose nadis are purified. I shall describe in brief these various signs. The body of the person practicing the regulation of breath becomes harmoniously developed, emits a sweet scent, and looks beautiful and lovely. So the yogi practicing this is going to be basically an embodiment of pure health. Disease will be expelled, and that being will literally look glowing with health. Once again, you're going to be using your right hand. Your thumb is going to be closing the right nostril, and your pinky or ring finger is going to be closing the left. Throughout this practice, use the same hand, sit in Padmasana or Sukhasana, which is a comfortable cross-legged position, whatever position that you feel most comfortable in and that you can maintain throughout the practice of the pranayama. You want to keep your spine straight, be in a quiet, peaceful space. Connect to your Godhead, the deity that you connect with, the divine form or formlessness that you connect with, to invoke that divine presence, and then commence Nadi Shodana practice. And you will continue this practice on and on. Try to practice it for at least 15 minutes, if not longer, as you work your way up to it. And as you practice more and more, you're going to be able to hold the breath longer and more comfortably. So just work up to that. But as you're doing it, this is supposed to be a very deep, long breath. It shouldn't be forced and quick. So you're going to draw the breath in as slowly and deeply as possible, hold it for as long as possible in the kumbhaka, release it as longly and slowly as possible, and continue. So I hope this was a helpful explanation for you guys of Nadi Shodana, the alternate nostril pranayama or breathing technique. It is going to bring immense blessings to your life, as you guys heard directly from the yogic scriptures, the yogic texts. And let me know what it is like for you once you experience it in the comments below. If you have any questions that I can clarify, you can also reach me in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Blessings and have a beautiful week. Nithyanandam, everyone.